previously on Naughty Styles.
And we're off to Brazil. We've been invited by the largest shipyard in South America, so come explore Schaefer Yachts with us.
You're actually walking inside the CNC machine.
Yes.
We're gonna see how these high-tech fiberglass vessels are made.
How do you make a mold?
Okay, so there's multiple steps involved.
This is a brand new model, which is hole number 1 actually.
This is why yachts cost so much, you guys. The trip is not going to be complete without being on the water. Did we say we're not doing a tour?
We're not doing a tour, but we're doing a
We're
tour.
live. Where are we?
So this is upholstery department. Every upholstery is done in-house.
Yeah.
Except for the foam. The foam is coming pre-cut.
Yeah.
But we do everything else you see on the surface.
All the furniture,
everything.
all the dashboard, everything is in-house.
Yeah. Literally from the cow. You see one here.
Everything is leather?
Everything you see in the bigger boats, what you see inside looks like leather, is actually leather. In the small boat, the V33, the interior is what we call pleather.
Marine leather.
Yeah, the marine leather. And I want to show you, this is a dashboard of a 45, and also this is all actual leather.
Oh, that's beautiful
Yeah, and
actually.
double
Yeah.
Decorations inside the boat, pillows and stuff. Everything is done in here.
What? You
Wow.
make the pillows
We
too?
make the pillows
Oh,
too, yeah.
speaking of that,
And
what's that behind you there? That's an outside cushion,
Well,
right?
that's a cushion, but he's saying even like a decor,
This
like
is
actual
actually
pillows.
Oh,
a
mattress.
mattress.
It's a mattress.
Yeah. I mean, the amount of boats that you guys put out, it actually doesn't feel like that big of a space, so it must work really fast.
And they don't stop.
Unreal.
So you see a backrest. This is from a 660 front seat, nicely diamond stitched.
Obrigada. Here they're cutting.
Yeah, so obviously we have all kinds of different templates.
Yeah.
And those are the tables where those pieces are pre-cut for them, then here on the left side to do all the sewing.
And that's where they sew, and that's where they put it together.
The foam part is the first, where the foam gets applied to the surface, to the
That
hard
makes sense. The
surface.
foam- yeah, that's true.
Then they do in parallel all the
And then it goes back there.
materials, and then it goes back and gets combined.
Got it.
I'll follow you.
We have different color themes. It incorporates the different wood tones, glossy, non-glossy, lacquered surfaces in different color combinations. And we cannot be
Not a
endless
custom,
in the customization.
Yeah.
We'll just slow the process down.
What do you think, like how many different...
Schemes per model.
It differs between the different boats. So on the
Yeah.
big boats, we have 4 schemes.
Okay.
On the smaller boats, we have up to 5 schemes.
Okay.
On the new 375 so far, we have only introduced 2, but there might be more and there might be special ones. We have now the 3rd project with Pininfarina, Italian design studio.
Yeah, for those who don't know, please explain.
Ferrari, Maserati. When you see
I
that
didn't
little
know.
that little F sign on the side of the cars, then you know it's designed by Pininfarina.
Got it.
So we have the 3rd project with them. Everything basically inside out is designed with the help from the guys from Pininfarina. And that obviously has its own color scheme. One more thing I want to point out, you see a lot of templates here.
Yes.
So if a client has a rip on a furniture which is not produced anymore, we obviously want to provide them with a replacement piece so we can go back into the history of the boat building, years back, can pick a template, produce the skin for that ripped furniture
We
and
get
reproduce
asked
it.
that all
the
the
time.
time in the comments. A lot of people say like, well, once the boat outside of warranty, you know, or the model is no longer existing, what happens to the parts? And when it's stuff produced in-house, most of the time people have to go and get it custom redone. So they actually have an option to
Absolutely,
contact
yes,
you
yes,
and get that
yes,
replaced.
yes.
I mean, obviously for charge, but
Naturally, yeah,
they
but-
still have that
Absolutely,
option,
yes,
which
yes.
is
You
amazing.
can order it, OEM.
Having OEM original,
Yeah.
that's
yeah,
really
and I have
cool.
the templates for the old models and all the new models and all the current models have everything in 3D and designed on the computer, so you can just
Super
send
easy.
the design, and it's just to print it out and do it.
That's really cool.
So this is something not many have. We have our own lumber mill. We do everything teak ourselves. We are using Asian and Brazilian teak. So this is how it comes, and then we cut it down from those raw pieces. This is actually the thickness of the teak we will be using everywhere.
Wow.
In the swim platform and the sidewalks. So it's all real teak no veneers or anything.
Even on the smallest model.
Everywhere like this.
All in-house.
All in-house, all in here.
And people are gonna ask, this is farm-raised teak?
Farm, yes, all farm teak. I want to give you an example. This is a swim platform of a 66. So basically we have templates for all the different areas that will be laid out with the teak. So once that template has been produced, it will be put on pieces like this one here, for example, and then will be glued entirely to that surface and then weighed down until it's cured. This is actually the walkway and the bow of 66 as well. So once we are done with this, this will be all laid with real teak.
How heavy is this? No, don't, you can't.
Very.
Oh, you can.
Doable. For a German guy, it's doable. This one is thicker because the swim platform steps are a little lower than the rest. And then when it's all flat, it has to be on the same height. So therefore it's even thicker than the normal.
And that gets used and abused a lot, so that's good.
And for whoever doesn't understand how this teak and holly or teak and caulking look comes together, it's
Yeah, now
all
you can really see it.
separate boards with caulking in between, which gets sanded down in the end. So here you still see there's some filler pieces in there that all get sanded down and you get this beautiful look. But it's very labor intense.
Very.
So this is, for example, is a step that's going up to the flybridge.
Oh.
This is substantial. Look at this.
Yeah.
And here you see actually in process, this is going to be a swim platform also. So everything is put together on the template, cured, and then once the swim platform comes in, transported over there, glued down, weighed down, cured, and then it's going to be installed.
So from where we were before, the swim platform would come in here. That gets done and then it goes back there again.
Yeah, for those pieces which we can take off from
Yeah.
the boat, like the swim platform. If you see in the production of the big boats, we bring those pieces over and then install them right
There,
there
because they're
on the
so
boat.
big.
Yeah. Once this is all done, it will be sectioned off in different smaller pieces which are easier to transport, but then it's brought over also into the final assembly of the 66 and then laid down there right in the final assembly.
It's good that it's not too
Oh,
far
like
away.
this one is already packaged, right?
Yeah,
That's ready to transport, yes.
that's the cockpit area of the 66.
I mean, there are not too many shipyards. They can say that they do upholstery, furnishing, teak in-house. That is very impressive.
And CNC machining,
Well,
like meaning
that's a whole different,
building their own molds.
a whole different level. You got your eyes on everything, so it's quality controlled in-house. All right, where are we going next?
Carpentry.
Sounds good.
Okay.
Leave the cup holder here.
You might get stopped at customs.
Wait, they have. Okay, let's do it.
Okay, so this is our carpentry.
Yeah.
Everything furniture is done in-house here. Separated this in two different areas. This is where all the wood preparation starts, and then on the other side we have the surface finishing, painting, lacquers and all that. For example, in this machine, all the veneers are getting applied to the marine plywood. It's a huge press, and this is the piece, the marine plywood, where the Italian-made veneers are getting applied to with the glue, and then under pressure it gets permanently bonded. So you see, for example, veneers down here, you see veneers here. And once that is done, we see over there is CNC machines. They will optimize cut-out sections. So everything you see here has been already cut out by this machine over there. Optimized, obviously, for as little as possible material loss. So this is actually backrests from our sun pad. This is a plastic material, PVC. So the machine does not only do wood, but also, plastic
Oh,
components.
that's really cool.
Oh, we should have something like this at home.
Yeah?
Yeah.
What are you gonna cut out?
I don't know, stuff.
Now it's getting interesting because these guys are all like real professionals.
Now it's getting interesting?
Oh, I mean, yes.
In the last 45 minutes was not interesting?
Well, it's interesting, especially to me, because that's something that I would love to be able to do. I
Yeah.
admire the work they are able to
The real carpenters, they know what they're doing.
Well, it's art, actually,
Yeah.
what they are doing.
Agreed.
So everything is getting prepared here. Some of those components, they will be just clear coated. Others will be lacquer painted. On the left side, you see a machine which does basically only sanding, just to prepare
That's
the
a
surface.
sanding
That's
machine?
a sanding machine, big sander. So let's go around the corner,
Yeah.
getting even more
Oh, there's
impressive.
more?
Yeah.
But wait,
But wait,
if you buy now,
there's more.
there's more. Wow.
There's a lot more.
So let's look at this part, for example. The drawing is here on the side of the piece. We know exactly for which boat it is, and we also know for which hull number it is. Once this piece is ready, it will be transported over to the final assembly, and then when the time is right, they will just put it in,
Yeah.
and you see it's all done already.
It's ready to go. So there is a paint booth.
Yeah, we have
You can see
here
it working.
high pressure.
That's a
and
paint booth.
Actually, there are different paint booths. So this one has the control
He
the
is actually
temperature,
applying the
pressure.
first layer of that lacquer. So now there's multiple more layers, and then it will cure,
Yeah.
and then it's coming out of the paint booth, and then it will be wet sanded, buffed, checked for quality, and then we apply another layer and another layer and another layer.
yeah.
So that's mirror-like finish,
Yeah.
but with the color.
So is there like a dedicated quality control team, or is it every department has its own quality control? How does that work?
We have a department of quality.
You have a separate
yes,
department.
but every department has a person that is assigned for that.
Quality control.
So before shipping to the other factory where we assemble,
Yeah.
we have a quality control checkpoint on each department.
Before it goes out.
Yes, exactly.
Look there, it's the polishing process. And you notice, again, no sharp edges all around. In our boats, you will never see a seam in between two veneers. That's a thing of non-existent in our boat.
All of my NBBL round corners.
Yep, round
None of
corners. You don't want sharp corners on a boat.
Well, and if you have a sharp corner, like on the door,
Yeah.
you will not see still any veneers or anything.
Any seam.
Let me show you. We have doors here. So look at this. Try to find a seam.
Oh yeah, it's all painted.
This is entirely made in-house. It's all made from wood. It's all individual pieces glued together, then painted to match exactly the color of the furniture around it. And it's just a metal piece you buy somewhere.
Yep.
It's all made in-house.
Like seamless
specifically
integration,
for
so
that
it
boat.
looks like it's
Yeah.
doesn't exist.
So going over to final
Assembly.
assembly.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Alright.
there are all the shinies I hear.
Oh wow, this looks more like finished boats already.
Here is where the magic happens.
Yeah.
It becomes a real boat. The assembly of the two different parts, the hull and the deck, for example, on the V33 happens here. So we will see people walking inside the hull, installing already furniture inside, and then after the furniture is completely installed, the cables are put in, then the deck comes on top, and it will be married, basically.
So is this one already completed here? The first one we're looking
That's pretty much complete. This is a boat which goes to the US. So this is the V33 number 50. It's complete. And the only thing it's waiting for is for engines. What we can see here is a V33 that is not yet complete, but you see all the cables in there. There's some speakers in there. Lights are in there. The courtesy lights are in there. And we can walk to the backside, which shows even more.
Oh yeah, so the toilet is in already.
See the windlass? Don't
Yeah.
hit your head.
Yeah, yeah.
Above is your windlass. Courtesy lights, more speakers. This one will be an outboard boat. You see that with the transom design here for outboards. We offer this boat also with inboards, and then it would be obviously a different design of the transom.
It looks so big here.
It looks really big.
Without everything in, it's actually a really big boat.
Let's go further down here.
Yeah, sounds good.
So this one actually is the hull from the deck we just admired. So now you can see there's way more happening inside. 5 people working inside the boat right now. I always compare this with an anthill. This whole factory is like a big anthill. There's people everywhere,
Yeah.
always.
Yeah.
All the cables are protected. They're
Yes.
all going in.
Shaving protection, absolutely
Yeah.
everywhere, yes. All our boats are built to ABYC standards. They are also all NMMA yacht certified. And that applies to all the boats that are going to the United States. This particular one goes to Turkey. We have seen before a lot of parts from a 450 fly.
Yeah.
Let's look at one. Actually, we just came a little bit too late. because they just married those two parts. They married the deck to the hull.
Really?
You see, the crane is still above it,
Yeah.
and they are still preparing it to be bolted together. Right now, he is opening up the holes a little bit. The guys are still
Yeah,
over there.
you can
You
still
see,
see
they are
it
still
move.
like working it together.
There. You're gonna take a picture for your client that you're seeing his boat?
Believe me, we are updating our clients all the time. Every step in the process
Really?
is like having a baby. Yes,
How-
we're sending pictures all the time.
How
all the
often
time.
does it happen?
Every
What's-
time I'm having a new step,
Yeah.
I'm sending pictures to the client.
Really? That's not something everybody does.
We send pictures from lamination, then when we assemble the boat and
Wow.
put the engines, we try to keep up with all the processes.
That's really cool. I mean, I expect it from custom or semi-custom, but not from production. That's
I
pretty
think the
cool.
excitement starts with signing the deal, and it should
Definitely.
not stop until the day when you're really getting the delivery.
Agreed.
Well, good point.
Totally agree.
The lift capacity of our swim platforms is the highest in the market.
Oh.
We developed together with the company Hydreco, it's a Brazilian company, a special hydraulic system for our boats. So we have lift capacities which are higher than anyone else in the industry.
Do you happen to know the capacity for this specific yacht?
As this one is a 450, the swim platform is a little smaller. The hydraulics are a little smaller in size. That lifts 600 kilograms net.
That's still a lot.
And the next bigger step is 510, the 51 and up is 800 kilograms net. So that's 800 kilos, 1,700 pounds.
It's a 45-footer. Like, you
Yeah.
don't expect to have a giant beach with it.
I mean,
That's a
that
lot.
was our biggest challenge we had as a tender dealer in California. Customers always wanted to have the deluxe version with more fiberglass, the longer tender, and it never worked because the swim platform's capacity wasn't big enough.
Well, and there's also another thing you have to keep in mind. Somebody like you and me on a tender, we want to go on the tender onto the swim platform and then go with the swim platform up, still being in the tender. Plus, you have to disperse all the water which is sitting on top of the platform.
But what has that to do with me?
Yeah, I think you just insinuated that you're fat.
You know, just
Just a little.
the similar build of those two German guys.
It's all bones. Bones and muscle.
I know, that's
No.
what I'm saying.
Right, right. If you give an example, what kind of tender are we talking for that kind of capacity?
You wouldn't limit out on the size because at some point the tender would get way too big for the boat
Right.
anyways.
The beam of this boat is 14 something.
There you
Yeah,
go.
exactly.
So you cannot put a 16-foot tender
That's,
on
that's
it.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying. Like you
Apart
kind
from
of
looking silly.
Weight-wise, you basically have lots of options
Yeah.
to choose from.
We introduced this boat in April last year. This is now number 25 we are building.
Do you guys ever do any changes during the production process, or they always stay the
Minor,
same?
minor. From our point of view, what is very, very important is spend a little bit more time to optimize the whole construction production process. Rather than spending 3 months and you're knocking it out fast and then taking ages to produce, we do a little bit more time on the construction, on the engineering part, and then we can knock out the production, the assembly rather fast. If it's done smart, you can build that many boats in a short time. So imagine, 66, we deliver one a month.
That's a lot.
You need to have all the furniture ready in time when the boat is ready to be married. And that's why it's important to have the furniture starting basically before the lamination even starts. Because by the time the hull is done, you have to already start putting in the furniture.
It all has to be ready to go.
Yes. This one here is a part of the harness for 400. You see, everything is protected, shaving protection literally everywhere. We have also markings on each and every of the cable. It's all numbered. So later on, when you need to replace something or repair something, you know exactly where this wire is coming from, where it's going to.
Yep.
Everything is properly
As
shown
it-
also
as
in
it
the
should
diagram.
be.
Just one piece of the
So
harness.
that's called the harness?
It's part of the harness. It's not the full harness.
So the whole electrical system's called harness?
Yeah, same.
I didn't know
Same
that.
with the car.
That could be easily kilometers of cable in a boat.
So this is kind of almost finished.
She
or-
is almost done, yeah.
Look how cool this blue wood stripe is. So that's something that's option, like
Yeah.
you can request a
Yeah.
different color?
Yeah.
That's cool.
And we are painting this all in all grip.
These trim tabs are substantial.
If you guys are interested in seeing a full tour of this one, we do have it on our channel, and I will put the link in the description underneath the video or in a pop-up if you're watching on your mobile device. All right, so here's some behind the scenes. We've got a 450 getting loaded up, and she's about to go to the other location where she's going to be in the water for about a week of sea trials. They're loading her up right now, but the boats do not travel, especially bigger ones. They travel at night. So obviously because of traffic, also regulations, and this is how they do it. So it's a huge process. Basically, they're gonna load her up and then they're gonna set everything up and then leave it until about 5 a.m. and at 5 a.m. when she's gonna travel. So a pretty intense process here, and this happens every single day. Every single day. There's at least one boat going over, sometimes more. We have the trailer coming back over here for pickup. Got a massive crane. She is in the air. So it's underneath. The crane is gonna lower her down, and then they're gonna situate it all, get it ready for transport, and there she goes to the water, because there is no water right here. Every time I'm at the shipyard, every time it goes in the back of my mind is like, why would somebody want to do this? You know, like, why would you? Like, yeah,
True
it has
passion.
to be such a passion to be in this business. It is so much work, and the logistics and everything that goes in it. It is so complicated. You have to have the passion, or it doesn't work, or you cannot be in it for 30 years. No way.
Come in.
Oh, that's a nice office.
Oh, hello. Look at this view.
Hello,
We introduce you to Marcio Schaefer.
Victoria.
How are you?
Rico.
How are you, Rico?
Nice to
Good.
meet you.
Marcio is a project manager of that secret project I was talking about, the V44.
Maybe you've seen it presented in the Miami Boat Show. It's only the paper actually,
Yep.
but we'd like to show you, yeah.
Oh, so you
Perfect.
have the whole drawings, huh?
It's still in the phase of being still a project, and we're going to start milling it to have it by the end of the year in the water, and hopefully Miami Boat Show next year.
Perfect. We'll be there to film it.
Hopefully we can film it beforehand.
And maybe we can film it before.
Maybe we should come to Brazil one more time.
I see you already invited yourself back. Nice.
You liked it
Good
too
touch.
much, huh?
Good touch.
It's a grown-up version of the 33.
A little bit bigger,
A little bit.
A
a little bit, yeah.
It's
It's,
10
a
feet.
little
it's
a lot.
40 feet, 44 feet, 9 inches. It's a very beamy boat, very stable. It's going to give you a lot of space here to entertain. We're going to have options for triple outboards or twin 600s, or also have diesel inboards, stern drives or IPS. Have a lot of options here. 2-meter-40 balconies on each side, so makes space a lot bigger here.
Do you already have orders for this boat?
Well, Nils can tell you better how many do we
Yeah,
have.
we
have-
took quite a good amount of orders during the Miami Boat Show and after, so we have basically sold out the first year of production.
Wow. It's a perfect Miami boat.
This is, yeah.
Perfect South Florida.
And this is your project, right?
This is my project, yeah. It started late 2021. It's nearly completing a year and a half, which is pretty much it's a good time frame for a project. And now we're gonna start milling it. That takes us around 4 months, and then plus 2-3 months to establish the production and finish the first model.
Would you be able to show some of the interior stuff too?
Yeah, we have a nice summer kitchen here. This has 2 meters in length, so accommodates very nice up to 4 people on each side. This also converts into a sunbed with a folding backrest. You have only one step over here, so all this cockpit here is just on the same level. It's very good, yeah.
Nice. Oh wow, this is really spacious.
We have a pantry here
Yep.
with a fridge, stove, microwave, everything. It's a sofa, which converts into a queen-size bed. Then here we have a
Twin bed. A
twin bed,
cabin.
also converting with a filler. Very big bed here, 2 meters by 2 meters, so it's going to be huge.
King size. Yeah.
King size, yeah. And here we have the head with a separated shower, and all in an open space makes it look bigger.
It's a perfect Bahamas boat. You don't really need a motor yacht to go to the Bahamas. You know what I mean, like a traditional flybridge motor yacht. This is very low center of gravity. You're not gonna have much movement there.
Niels is being really
Niels is
quiet.
being very quiet.
I think he's just excited because he already sold so many. He
No,
doesn't have to think about it for
No,
6 months.
Niels wants to
Well,
sell
I'm
more
just
motor
thinking
yachts.
about what, smart I could add to everything he has just said.
Oh, wow.
Oh, thank you. I'll give you $20 later.
Wow. I think you should give him 40 for that one.
How does it work with engineering department? I mean, for the size of the shipyard, you must have quite a few people working. Is there
Sure we do.
separate groups, separate projects, or is it someone else just kind of delegating? How does it structure that?
I'm the project manager of the V44, and we also have Javier and Paulo, who are project managers to other projects. So we're 3 working in simultaneous ways in different projects, different stages all the time. Besides that, we have electrical engineering, naval engineering, mechanical engineering. As soon as the project advances, we rely on these guys there to do the different projects.
So everything is in-house.
Everything's in-house, and all the project also going to the fiberglass to making our own molds. So
Yeah, I mean, we've seen some of that. Just wasn't sure if, you know, like a lot of the shipyards have, you know, contract different naval architect companies and just sort of have like, so everything you guys do
everything
is
we do
in-house.
it in-house. Even we also project all the mechanical parts like bathing platforms and all the riggings. Everything's done by ourselves.
So I'm more interested in what projects are coming in the future which you can't talk about.
Yeah. Is there any secret projects you can't
Can-
talk about that you're
yeah,
going to talk
can-
about
Yeah,
to us?
there
Can we-
are-
Turn the
there-
camera
Can we
over.
just drop maybe some hints or
Oh,
something?
well,
Just,
this is the nature of a secret. You cannot really talk about it.
what, you know, have you heard of Easter eggs? You know, like you're giving little,
just
like,
do like
you know,
a little-
without revealing it all the way.
Is it big or small?
It's bigger.
Okay.
Well,
See,
that-
that's an Easter
that
egg.
Well, I told you the other day, we are aiming for about every 9 months to present something new. So when
When's
you,
the last time you present something new?
well,
8
Miami.
months and 30 days.
Yes.
Great.
So
So the
it's-
clock.
Miami Boat
it's,
Show.
it's about a month ago that we presented the V44, and so we have another 8 months about to show something.
So if we see something now, we're like just way ahead.
Yeah, just imagine, Flips is coming up.
Yeah.
In Flips, we want to have it on the wall, but I might be able to convince somebody to have him looked over the shoulder.
Hello.
And isn't that a
Bom
perfect
dia.
timing?
Is that someone who knows all about secret projects?
Yes.
Dorian,
Marcel Schäfer, nice,
nice to meet you. This is Rico.
Hello, Rico.
Nice to meet you. Very good.
Hello, Niels. How are you?
Good.
We stole your office. We apologize.
No problem.
Yeah.
It's
We figured you're not here anyway, so
comfortable.
it's the best. It's the best news.
Thank you, boats.
Well, that was a sudden entry when he walked in, but I want to introduce Masio. What's your like actual title? Do you have like a fancy title? President, owner, CEO?
Yes, I'm the president of the company. I'm the
Yeah.
founder.
Uh-huh.
I have founded the company 30 years ago. I actually work more as a designer now. I have a partner that works more the daily of the factory, and I normally work for a year or 2 years in advance. What we're gonna build in 1 year, in 2 years.
You
Yes.
have the best job. Get the plan ahead.
It's what I work the whole life for to do that. No?
It's very true.
And what I like to design the boats and to control my team design the production of the boats. We design normally 2 or 3 boats permanently. I have 2 or 3 teams working in new boats. So we launched this 45 last year. We are launching now at 37. We intend to launch the 44 for the end of this year, and we already have a new boat to launch for the starting of next year.
Which I
So 2024.
might have seen a little bit
I'm
of.
going to show you later something, but enough, okay?
Well, but the most important question is, how did you end up with this location? This is one of the coolest shipyard locations.
Company started 30 years ago in small boats.
Yeah.
And at that time, I didn't need a place in the water. But the boats becomes bigger and bigger.
That's the
And when-
problem with, you know,
Yeah, when
two-foot
we start
titles.
to make the 62 and the 80 feet, I needed a place to keep the boats. It's just not to build a boat. You need to handle the boat and put in the water safely. So then we made this facility. We have 3 locations, but everything comes here, and all boats are tested on the water.
It all happens here.
Yes. Here we have the technical assistance, drying generator, air conditioning. If the boat is new,
Yeah.
it's new developed. I take 2 or 3 around there, the island,
Yeah.
that is 70 miles, to test the boat, to do
Shake it out.
check it out, get different oceans, different seas. It's an open ocean off of the island, open ocean, so we get rough seas. But all the boats are tested.
So what do we have actually here at the headquarters?
Here we have all the administration, we have the engineering, we design all the new boats, the financial department, marketing, buyers, the supply chain, everything. I'm gonna show you now.
It was unusual not to have Niels talk for so long.
Right?
right?
Like normally you talk so
Yeah,
much more.
so much.
Here we have the financeiro that we call it.
Bom
New
dia.
designs. We have everything here in this boat.
Everything is in-house.
Everything is in-house, since materials, since finishing, designers, and things like this. Here are designing parts. So everything we think here.
Everything is in-house.
Because once we have no big industry here in Brazil when we started this factory. There is nothing here. So we needed to create everything. Different in
I
America, that
find
we
it-
have a lot of suppliers.
Yeah,
In
different
Brazil,
contractors
Here we
that
didn't
do
have,
this.
so we
Yeah.
needed to do everything in the house. So it was good for us in the end.
What I find fascinating is that after all these years, you still keep it in house. Because I see other shipyards, sometimes they start in house and then they think it's too much, it's too many to manage and to handle, and they start giving it out to different subcontractors. But you still manage to keep it all
Yeah.
in house. I think that's fascinating.
Yeah, but we like that. We like what we do, and
Yeah.
we
It
lear- we
allows you
learn
to have
how do
control
that.
over
Yeah,
all of
we
it as
learn
well.
how to do that, and it's good.
And
It's good, but
accountability, actually.
we can control the quality of everything.
Exactly.
This is most important. We can control the quality.
Cool. What else can you show us?
Marketing, everybody has gone to the
Everyone's
lunch.
gone to lunch.
Here is where I lunch sometimes.
We work through lunch.
Since everybody's at lunch right now,
Yes.
I
we
think
are-
it would be the best time
12
for us to
o'clock
go in the production part because it's nice and quiet.
It's going to be quiet.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
do
maybe
it.
you can show it to us.
Nobody there.
Yes, let's do it. It's the best time to do it. Is that you?
Yes, it's me.
No way.
Crossing Atlantic.
Did you
So-
start sailing?
You're
Yes,
sailor.
I'm a sailor since I was
What?
14 years old.
No way.
You still sailing? Sometimes.
I didn't
Oh,
have
no.
more time. I'm boating every weekend.
What was your first boat?
My first boat was a hobby cat.
No way.
Yes.
A 14?
40 foot.
Yeah, I used to sail Hobie
Oh,
Cat.
great. It's a very nice boat.
Entra na roda, o maracadão me chamou pra bater palma e pra tocar tambor.
Oh yeah, it's nice and quiet.
Oh, guys, you remember the 450 which was on the crane the other day?
It's here now.
There she
Oh
is.
shoot.
Yeah.
Massimo, we actually saw this one getting lifted at the other facility onto the flatbed.
We have two lines of the 45. One is built there, one is built here. And come here, both are checked here, final assembled here, and tested here. Here we have the assembly finish of the boats, 44, 66. All these parts comes from other factory. This part is made in one factory, this is another factory. They are 5 miles from here. So here you can have an idea how is the work before. The boats are made completely open.
Oh, you see everything. That's great.
Gira, girou, gira, gira, girou, lua tá.
Well, não gostei foi dessa água aqui. You can see how it's made the boat. You have plug and against other plugs, and everything's prepared here.
E no agogo. Entra na roda, o maracadão me chamou pra bater palma e pra tocar tambor.
They're starting to put water to clean, but
Yeah,
nobody.
yeah. The cleaning
They clean every day, twice a day.
No dust.
twice a day.
Yeah.
Wow.
For to get no dust and things like this. Here is the 66 assembly, and this boat goes there. And then it's coming one here now. Because it's empty, because just go to the water, the boat.
Gira, gira, girou, gira, gira, girou, lua tava aqui no ar.
So Marcio, does these two get joined together
This
here?
is going to be joined there. The
Over
boat
there,
is
okay.
completely assembled,
Yeah.
open. The furniture, everything is done, different parts. What goes to the hull goes to the hull.
Yep.
What comes to the deck comes here.
I think the 66 is my favorite model.
Yeah.
For nature.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I
love
think it's
this one.
just the right size.
There is 4 staterooms, a big stateroom. It's big in space, but it's not too big to handle. It's a good
It's the
boat.
first one we've filmed and seen, right?
It's the very first one,
Yes,
yeah.
I do
Yeah.
think so. You see how many kilometers
Oh, wow, look
or
at this.
miles of.
This is
Oh, there
kind
you
of
go.
cool.
Oh, that is cool.
Look how clean this is.
Nice
Even the
and
cables,
organized.
everything. Everything is labeled, huh?
Everything is labeled in the boat.
And now you see how that works, and the space in between, all the cabling gets done, and then it gets merged. Oh, look at there, even better.
Oh, wow.
Underneath the dash.
So you as the visionary and founder of Schaefer Yachts, what do you see in the next 5 years, 10 years happening?
5 and 10 is a big gap. Let's start with 5.
We are now focused to improve our strategy in America. We already have a very good position here in Brazil, but we want to improve in America.
Brazilian shipbuilding is exploding.
Yes.
Like people never knew that there were even boats made in Brazil, and I mean, you guys are a big part of that. It's exploding. There's so many new companies are coming up. I
Yes.
feel like it's really getting put on the map there of shipbuilding.
Yeah, because we have a big industry in
Yeah.
general. So
When
we
you
have
started, it
a lot
was
of
nothing.
supply for boating, nothing.
Exactly.
We start everything. So now it's easy because
Yeah.
we start everything. Now we have surprise for everybody.
Exactly.
It's easy to other companies come here. As I told you, I'm thinking always in 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
That's my job, to make the new boats, to make the future of the company. And we are thinking about to improve a little bit in America.
He's got like a spark in his eyes when he's talking about this. There must be something to it. Okay, we'll leave it at that. We'll let you have it. And what about 10 years? What do you think? You were just retired and done, or you never got that work?
I will never.
No.
Do you know, I do what I like. Could you imagine if I retired? What am I going to do?
This is what my dad
I'm
says.
going to start to design a new boat.
There you go.
You know, that's what I like to do.
You're never old enough.
No,
Come on.
no.
This is too
I'm
much
creating
fun.
things. I like
Yeah.
to create things. And when I have nothing to do, I work in my boats. I design my boats. It's not a work. It's not a job. It's a pleasure.
Do what you
To
love,
do
love
the
what
best,
you
to
do.
to improve the things, to make better everything, to work on that. That's my job. That's what I like to do. That's what I live.
So 10 years later, we'll see him still building boats. That's my prediction.
You're welcome to come here.
So we're in Brazil, and I noticed one thing in Brazil. It's always coffee, espresso, almost like in Italy. Is it coffee time already?
Oh yeah,
It's coffee. This is him fishing for a coffee.
yes. I think the coffee makes our movement.
Yeah.
Sometimes if
Makes the world go round.
too slowly in the effect. I'm gonna give you some coffee. Want a coffee? Want a coffee, please?
Can you imagine?
Please
I
have
don't
one.
drink, I don't drink coffee.
But you don't need. You already can have the caffeine in your
Nobody
blood.
wants to see me on coffee. Now that we have you here, we want to see some secret projects. Is there anything you could show us? I mean, you said you have something you're working on.
I think you have seen enough things.
What if you turn off the camera? Turn off the camera. I just want to say it.
It's a brand new boat. But this is going to be launching the end of the year. We are still in a working process, but you can see how nice is the boat.
Well, I think you saw enough, didn't you?
No, but it's